Ooh, man. It has been a while, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just make sure. I need to make sure that I can see myself first, of course, and then we will proceed from there. So we're gonna wait for the noties to come out, or to go out rather. First time streaming in a while, so not feeling nervous. I'm just more excited. So nice to see everyone here. I do see that we have some early birds here to the live stream, which is very, very exciting. Hold on, I'm about to check. Okay, there we go. I do think that I have to raise this just a little bit. There we go. I think this is a little better, and that should just it should be good. Yeah. Hair is all over the mess. Kind of changing up the style just a tad bit, right? So trying something new. I'm gonna, for all of my guys that go to the barbershop, so I'm still gonna get the drop fades all around from the sides and the back. But I think instead I'm going to let this grow out, and instead of it slicking back, just going to add some texture to it using product, maybe like a light pomade, and then get that nice messy look with it flowing forward. So I apologize for my hair right now if it's not cooperating with me. I just got out of the shower. But look, we do have some early birds. Welcome back to the live streams, ladies and gentlemen. Slow DRV saying welcome back. Hope you had a great time. I saw the IG stories looked like fun. Buenas noches y que Dios los bendiga. So thank you so much, Slow DRV, for dropping your like and for dropping in, even if it's for a little bit. I do very much appreciate that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, now that I am back home, now I can say that I went to the beautiful, gorgeous country of Colombia. I got this little desk flag, which I think looks really, really nice. So it says, I just realized that's a sticker on there, or is it? It is just a sticker. But it said República de Colombia. I also went to Argentina and the capital city, which is Buenos Aires. And then I went to Montevideo, Uruguay. And I had a blast. A little bit of a scary story that I'll share with you guys here in just a second, but I do want to give a big shout out to everyone who was early. Gareth saying, yeah, Juan is back. Thank you, Gareth. Nice to see you. Aaron saying, my guy, he came back because Bitcoin is at 81.5 and Doge is at 25 cents. New content has been afforded. That's hilarious. No, but actually, I love that you bring that up because yeah, this is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what's known as the Santa Rally. It doesn't happen every year, but now that the election season is more or less over here in the States, the volatility is kind of going down, and different stocks, different sectors are going to start to rocket from here. For the most part, my next play, kind of straying away from theta and options just for a little bit. I am in Meta right now. So Meta, I have about 12 shares at this point. And crossing my fingers, I think Meta is one of those stocks with AI that are just going to balloon here in the near future. And that company is going to be near essential into this new AI environment, which we are inevitably heading. And I know that there's a lot of people who are afraid, but don't be. AI is already here. I mean, this is the exact same thing that people said when the internet was coming onto the scene back in the late 90s. So, I mean, it's here to stay. And I think it's quite odd how some people at the store, whenever I sell some iPhones, they're like, are these the ones with the AI? Because I don't want it. How do you turn it off? And it's just like, well, you can't. It's already embedded in there. They're like, no, then I want the ones that don't have AI. And it's just like, well, AI is already there. It's here. It's among us. It's just you don't realize it. They're just marketing now a more advanced version of their AI. So, I guess sometimes it's just people don't know, and so that's why they're fearful, I guess. But no, ladies and gentlemen, AI is definitely here. Let me center myself a little bit more. I feel like I'm off to the side. We also have Eric saying new content has been afforded. That's hilarious, dude. No, yeah, I'm telling you, this market right here, Bitcoin reaching 81K, I think intraday today, is absolutely historic. I mean, this is just unprecedented, I think, and we are probably going to see Bitcoin now for sure crush through that 100K mark that Bitcoin holders have been for years and years and years saying will come. So anyway, getting back to right here to the chat. Gareth saying, "What's up, bro? Nice to see you." Hello, Gareth, again. And then Miss History Buff saying, "Hi, Juan. Hello, and welcome to the live streams." All right, let's get down to business, guys. All right, now that I'm back and have been able to settle in and whatnot, I'm ready, right? So unfortunately, though, what I want to tell you guys is that I believe that I'm going to do these live streams every other week for the time being. I think until until mid-December. Then from December going forward, then I will just probably live stream until the new year, until 2025. And that is because I have a lot of videos that I have scheduled and planned. And now that I'm back and settled in, then it's go time. It's time to go to work. And it's very, very important because this time of the year is the most important time. With a month and a half or so left until Christmas, this is a fantastic time for tech YouTubers alike and really anyone who is looking to upload content. You could even do TikTok videos. Lots and lots and lots of regular consumers, and by regular consumers I mean people who aren't tech nerds like myself and like many others on this live stream. Now is just the prime time. There's a lot of people searching online what they should buy, a lot of comparisons as well. So just putting out ideas out there because this holiday season is going to be pretty busy by the looks of it, or at least that's just what I'm predicting. Tech for your needs saying hello, folks. King Sakar, also my boy, what's up? Okay, welcome, guys. I'm glad that you guys were able to make it here to the live stream. Right now, my dash is showing me 22 people concurrently, so that's awesome. I know that I haven't been live streaming in a minute, so I was just wondering what the turnout would be. Again, I always say, even if there's one person on the other side watching, then that to me is already a massive, massive compliment. I'm just really happy to be here. But guys, let me tell y'all something about traveling, and that is you have to be careful. You have to be aware of your surroundings. So this was a little scary story. Well, not really. I thought I was in danger for a little bit when I landed in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So story time real quick, right? To interrupt the live stream and all this tech talk. But I landed in Buenos Aires, and it was like 12:45 when I landed. For any of you guys that have been on a plane, you know that if your landing time is 12:45, you're likely not going to leave the terminal of the airport until maybe like an hour later. And that's because normally when the plane lands, they kind of go in order. And if you're stuck somewhere in the middle or worse, the back of the plane, then it's going to take a hot minute for you to get all your stuff. And then you have the Karens with like the 2 or 3 crying kids. And then they have to get all their luggage from the top. And anyway, by the time I was done with customs and everything, I had to go get some cash, right? So I exchanged around $140, which, by the way, money in South America is very interesting, right? Inflation has ravaged countries like Argentina. So in Argentina, the exchange rate when I landed was close to 1,000 to 1, meaning $1 was about 989 Argentinian pesos, right? So I had roughly around 140 grand worth of pesos in Argentina, which can get you a pretty long way in Argentina. I'm not even going to lie. So I had 140,000 pesos or 140 mil. So I'm trying to book an Uber, and I continue to try and book an Uber, and it keeps canceling. Later, I come to find out that it's because Uber drivers in South America, they much prefer to pick up cash rides because then a portion of that credit card, because I like to pay with my credit card with Uber, because I get points and I have Uber credits and whatnot, it just wasn't going through. Finally, a taxi driver says, "Hey, do you need a ride? Are you going to a hotel?" Finally, it was like 2 a.m. almost, and I was just tired. It was dark. It was cold. I'm like, yeah, F it. Let's get it. So then he points me over to another guy, another younger-looking guy. I get in his taxi. I tell him where I need to go. He's like, okay, it's going to be like, how much did he say? It was like 20 mil pesos. So that's like $20. And I was like, okay, that sounds reasonable, I guess. Still a little pricey for this part of the world. But it's 2 a.m. I want to get to my hotel room and sleep already. So we're leaving. It's dark. It's, we're trying, small talk. And then he goes, wait, so tell me what hotel you're going to again. And at this point, I'm like, well, it's the Hilton Hotel. And he's like, oh, I thought you were talking about the one near the airport. So you're looking for the one all the way down in the center of town. Red flag. Later on, I come to find out that there's actually no Hilton near the airport. Red flag, right? Then he's insisting while I'm in the cab. He's like, hey, like, I got a friend, like, we can stop by if you want to exchange cash. Like, I got you on a better rate, all this and that. I was like, dude, I'm fine. I already got some money out. I'm good. He's like, nah, but look, if you exchange minimum $700, like I can like hook you up and all this. And I'm like, bro, I'm good. So then later on during the taxi ride, I was like, so wait, you said this was a different hotel than what you were imagining. So how much is the fare? And I had the map pulled up in on my phone, and then he all of a sudden changes it to 130,000 pesos. So I'm just like, I just kind of responded out of just intuition. I was like, okay. But then I started thinking about it, and I looked at the official exchange rate on Google, and, I did the math on my phone. I did 130 divided by whatever for dollars. And then I was like, wait, you're telling me this is $135 taxi ride? Like, are you kidding? And so I even told him, I was like, hey, mind you, I have like my MacBook on me, right? I have my tablet on me, my Galaxy Ring. I didn't have it like worn, my Apple Watch as well. I didn't have them worn, but I had them with me. You know what I mean? I, of course, had my iPhone on me. So I was like, hey, that's $130, like one way from the airport to my hotel. Are you sure? He starts to get a little flustered, starts arguing on the price, starts saying, that he doesn't haggle on pricing, all this and that. And I was like, well, look, not even in London, not even in New York, not even in Dubai is a taxi ride from an airport to a hotel. Mind you, the trip was like 35 minutes, right? So like, even here in the States, like if I want to take an Uber from here to the airport, of course, depending on timing, let's just say on average, it would probably be like $60, $70, right? From here to the airport. So I told him that, and that's when he just kind of lost it. He said, well, if you don't like my prices, then you can just get out. And I was like, oh man, this is not cool. And so then, yeah, he gets off on an exit, and he's like, yeah, just get out. And I was like, but are you serious? And then we're on the streets, it's cold, and he's like, well, I'm still gonna charge you for the fare and the kilometers that I've already driven here. And so I was like, bro, like, you can't do this. Like, I'm on a street corner. Like, what do you mean? I'm a tourist. And he's like, well, you know what? He's like, you're right, because if I leave you here, you're gonna get robbed. So I'm just gonna take you to the nearest like gas station or whatever. And yeah, he just drives a little bit further, and it was like a quarter of a block away from a gas station. And then this douche, man, he still charged me 73,000 pesos, which is about $73. And I'm just there like cold and shivering, and I'm just counting, and I'm nervous because I mean, like, what if it could have gone way worse. So anyway, I finally got to the gas station, and I told the guy, and I was like, hey, I think I just, this taxi driver just extorted money from me. Does this sound reasonable? And I was like, yeah, he charged me this much. He's like, oh no, for that fare, that should have been at least like no more than 9,000 pesos. So like $9 equivalent. I'm like, I thought so. Like, that's what I figured. But that just is what happens sometimes when you travel. So anyway, needless to say, I'm just happy that I lost those $70. It does not matter. I would rather lose those 70 than put my life or, my well-being in jeopardy. So that is just my international story. I did not let that ruin my trip though. Still had a really wonderful time, and it was such a great stress reliever. But what I will say is that I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be making videos. And guys, or I forget which one of y'all is very excited, or whoever is a big Mini fan, just like me. I forget who it is. Sorry, my hair is still, I just feel like it's just all over the place right now. Let me just kind of try to fix it real quick. But yeah, no, the Mini is one of my favorite products that Apple has ever made, closely behind AirPods though, or Bluetooth headphones in general, wireless Bluetooth headphones. But the iPad Mini 7 is now out. On one of my past live streams, I went over the differences. And honestly, it's not a lot of differences, if you want me to be honest. Like, it's just like an iterative S upgrade, and that's absolutely fine. That's totally fine, because this one that I'm going to get is, I'm activating mine through AT&T, so I'm ordering it through my job, and in that way it has an active line. I think this is perfect, especially since I'm a big Pokemon nerd, which, guys, let me show y'all what I caught today. I'm going to be a big nerd because I got a little bit of me time, which is basically time off at my job, and I was able to go with one of my friends downtown, and we were pogoing to our heart's content. It was really nice for anyone who is a Pokemon fan in general. A lot of you who have, heard or watched Pokemon at some point, I know you guys have heard of Mankey. It's a first-generation Pokemon, and just look at that. So we got a bunch of shinies. I think this was my most successful community day in a while. So we have, let's see, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20 shinies that we caught today and evolved a bunch of them. The newest one being Annihilate, which is a Gen 9 Pokemon. It just came out last generation, and so it's crazy that a Gen 1 Mon was able to get a brand new evolution, and it has a really nice typing. It's fighting and ghost. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. Yeah, just a little nerdy part of me is that I love Pokemon a lot. It's just what my inner child craves sometimes, and it's very cool. The community is awesome. It's very welcoming. But anyway, let me catch up here with the live chat. What's up, bro? Are you good? Hit the like button. Thank you. It's been an eternity. King Sakar, I know. What happened to your sport loops? There's a big gap on your wall. How many bands you took with yourself on travel? I took about 10, and I was swapping them out back and forth. And that's because, yeah, the sport bands, you're probably talking about these right here and then the solo loops right here. Those are some of the main ones that I took, mainly because I didn't want anything overly flashy. So if you notice, most of the colors that I took were like dark navies and blacks mostly, and grays. Again, not trying to draw too much attention, because a band like this, and by the way, I did not take my Ultra. I took my Jet Black Series 10. Obviously, I was careful when I was out there. I kind of knew when to wear it and when not to wear it. Either way, I do have insurance or a protection plan on my account. So, I mean, worst case scenario, if it did in fact get jacked from me, thankfully it didn't, then I could have filed a claim and whatnot. And then some of these over here that are off camera right now, but I mostly took navy and dark sport bands and solo loops, again, not to draw attention. Just, it's one of the things that you have to do whenever you travel, because again, I can only imagine that taxi driver, had I had my stuff out. And by the way, I took my iPhone SE as my backup phone when I was out in public. So I have a backup iPhone SE, and I was able to install an eSIM onto it, and that was just kind of my public phone. So like when I was out and about, again, just little tips. I mean, this isn't my first time I've traveled, right? And so yeah, I would just take my SE, but I can only imagine if I had like my 16 Pro Max wearing my Ultra, my Galaxy ring, you know what I mean? Like, man, that dude definitely would have been like, yo, before we go, give me all of that. And I would have been like, I mean, you kind of have to at that point, because I mean, you're in a foreign country, and some of these people are unpredictable. And the worst part about it is the whole time, especially when the taxi driver was kind of yelling in the car at me at Buenos Aires at 2 a.m., I just smelled that whiff of alcohol, and I'm just like, oh man, like not only is this guy like extorting me, but he's probably like tipsy or drunk, and so like even more unpredictability, right? Just adding another level of variance in there that just was no bueno. But thankfully I'm here. It was again, I mean, taxi drivers are just the worst, like even here in America, but especially abroad. Like, they figure out that you're not from there pretty quickly, and then either by accent or whatever, because a lot of them knew that I was Mexican, apparently, because Argentina and Uruguay, especially Colombia as well, they have very distinct dialects of Spanish. And to a lot of my American folks, that might come as a surprise, but I'm sure that a lot of my American folks can agree that like Puerto Rican Spanish, Argentinian Spanish, and Mexican Spanish, all very different in terms of dialects, right? So the only way that I can equate it is like, imagine someone from Boston versus someone from like Mississippi versus someone like, I don't know, from Washington speaking English. All of these people are going to have a different tone or inclination to their voice, right? Obviously, Boston people have a certain accent. People from Baltimore as well. Atlanta, I guess you could call it an accent here as well. It's more like street, I guess, if you will. But yeah, that's what it is. Let me see. I'm sorry, King Sakari. I know it's been an eternity, but I needed it, man. It was my time. I haven't traveled internationally in like almost 2 years, and I was like, nah, I got to get my fix out. So it was a good little reset. As with all things in life, I mean, the very last thing I ever want is to feel like I have burnout from YouTube, which thankfully hasn't happened. Inevitably, I believe every creator, any job, any passion, any hobby, eventually, inevitably, you're going to have a little bit of burnout. And so that was just awesome for me to be able just to relax, not worry about an upload schedule, just kind of enjoy my vacation. So thank you for everyone for being so supportive. If you follow me over on Instagram, you were probably able to see all my stories. And I get it, you know, like some people, I don't know if some people just have a cruel or cold heart, but I don't care really if anyone feels some type of way about me posting a bunch of stories when I'm abroad. The only reason I do it is specifically there's a lot of people that for many reasons aren't able to travel. There's a lot of people who maybe it just might be them. They rock by themselves and they may not feel inclined to make a trip all the way by themselves, right? So that's factor number one that stops or deters a lot of people. Maybe the people around them aren't about, you know, getting up and traveling. I mean, I want to say the stat is that like more than 60% of Americans don't even have a passport, which is such a shame. Number two is, of course, finances, right? So finances is a big one. You know, the plane tickets, especially to another continent, are going to be pretty pricey. It's not like a domestic flight from like Atlanta to Miami round trip. You can find them, depending on the season, you can find them for as low as $120, $150 max. You know what I mean? On the good season. So that's factor number two. And then, of course, factor number three is that a lot of people, through legal reasons, and by that I mean maybe they're undocumented, or maybe they don't have a visa or whatnot, then you are unable to travel, period. And so to those people, this is why, and some of my family members are in this boat. Some of my friends are DACA recipients, right? So they cannot travel. And that to me is my like, hey, like I want you to see how it's like on the ground. This is my, and you know, while I was traveling, I was doing a lot of POVs, right? Like just me walking on the street, like these are my views, all this and that. And it really is just a glimpse for those people who are unable to travel. That way you can see what I'm seeing, because traveling is one of the most liberating things ever in the world. And I would say that if you have the means to do it, just go ahead, let go and do it, because traveling, man, it leaves you a storyteller. It leaves you with so many memories like, wow, was I actually there? You know, what's cool that I have off here to the side that I wanted to show you guys for show and tell is some of my international money, right? So this was un billete de 1,000 pesos in Argentina. As you can see, it's torn. So in Argentina, they do not accept any kind of manipulation to money. If it's torn, they're not taking it, which is why I decided to keep this one as a souvenir. By the way, guys, this is the equivalent of about $1 here in the States, just to let you guys know. And 1,000 pesos over there in Argentina, put it this way. Your average meal out, well, actually, let me tell you guys just about a quick money comparison. At one of those restaurants down there in Buenos Aires, for those that follow me on Instagram, I was able to get, because I've always heard, one of my friends, old friends, his name is Hugo. Actually, two of my friends told me about this. But one of them, he used to work at the bank with me. And he told me, have you tried Argentinian steak before? It's world renowned and they're very proud of their steaks. I was like, damn, not yet. I need to try it now. So I went to one of the restaurants and I got this amazing like ravioli pasta and mixed with like a Alfredo style sauce with like a tomato sauce. And then the ravioli itself was black. It was delicious. It was divine. Then I got my steak. Of course, I like mine medium, right? This one actually here was more like medium rare. I don't know if you do steak well done. I am very sorry, but I'm judging you. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like by the time you're even done chewing, the restaurant already damn closed, you know. So anyway, the steak was divine, and then I asked for the small beer, and it ended up being 1.5 liters. This big old thing of beer. Just guess how much it was. Just guess, right? The equivalent in dollars. I'll go ahead and tell you guys. I think my tab was 38,000 pesos. So about $38. For I'm talking a fat steak that I didn't even finish. The appetizer, or rather it was an entree, low key. The ravioli and the pasta, plus that big old beer. Man, if I would have gotten the same meal here in the States at whatever equivalent restaurant, somewhere in Atlanta or whatever, I guarantee you it would have been $60, $65, no tip included yet. So really, all said and done, it would have been 75, 80. So anyway, that was very, very interesting. In Colombia, their exchange rate is about 4,400 pesos to the dollar. So that was one of the cheapest countries out there when I was out there, man. At one of the hotels that I was at, there was like a little grocery store right nearby. Talking about the end of the night, once I was ready to wind down, I went in there, got me 2 little Coronas, got me a bag of chips, got me some chocolates. It was literally like $3 for the 2 Ronas, for the bag of chips, and then for the chocolate, $3. I mean, it was crazy out there. And so this bill right here is from Colombia. This is 2,000 pesos, which is crazy to think because remember, 4,400 pesos in Colombia is $1. This is only 2,000 pesos, right? 2,000 pesos, meaning that this bill right here is about 40 cents, give or take 40 cents. Crazy, right? So I do have some more money from there, but I thought that the most interesting one, look, here's 100,000 pesos. So this is their older style money in Argentina. And so this is 100 pesos. So this is actually just 100 pesos. This bill is 10 cents. This bill, let me repeat that again, is 10 cents. Now, the country that I visited that had the most favorable exchange rate for the country was Uruguay. And so, for example, here's a bill of Uruguay. They're very big in comparison to even American money and, of course, their other South American counterparts. And they have different sized bills as well. So, like as you can see here, this is 20 pesos. So this is 20 pesos in Uruguay. And then there's the 100 peso right there. Okay, so if we stack them on top of each other, as you can see, one is a little bigger than the other. Very interesting. I love when I travel, I just get to like appreciate the different money. So in Uruguay, the exchange rate was about 44 pesos to the dollar, meaning that this bill right here being 20 pesos is less than 50 cents, somewhere around 43, 44 cents. This 100 peso bill is the equivalent of about $2.50, a little less, give or take. So again, just crazy with money. I love going internationally and just looking at the money. I remember this one when I went to Europe as well. This is 10 euros. The euro and the dollar historically have always gone hand in hand, although the euro, I believe, is still a little stronger than the dollars. So this is the equivalent of about $9 and change. Of course, you can use this anywhere throughout the European Union. So this money you can use in Germany and Belgium and Switzerland. Wherever the euro is accepted, you'll be good. And then my last one that I have here was from my trip to Turkey. And translated, Turkey would be, oh man, so this is another one. This was one of the highest bills in Argentina. These are very sought after. And that damn taxi driver took 7 of these from me, right? So this is 10,000 pesos, or about a $10 bill. Now, this in Argentina is a ton. I'm talking a lot of money, right? So, yeah. 10,000 pesos over there is going to take you a long way. Again, one of the reasons that I left it as a souvenir is because I accidentally cut a corner of it when I was nervous as hell giving that taxi driver that was extorting me money. I was just like, I took it out of my bag and it kind of, I guess, clipped the little zipper or whatever, and it tore that off. And the taxi driver was looking at the bills. He's like, I don't want this one. Give me another one. So he would not accept this one. Fucking asshole, I swear. All right, I think this is Colombia money. Here it is. So this would be 10 Turkish lira. How did this live stream end up turning into like a show and tell of like money? So this is 10 Turkish lira. When I went, I forget what the exchange rate was, but Turkey has been going through this currency crisis, and their currency is in free fall. So let me Google 1 USD to Turkish lira. Oh my God. Oh, well, is it better now? No, it's way worse. Damn, when I went, it was... Anyway, right now, 1 United States dollar is 34 Turkish lira, $1 is 34 Turkish lira, meaning this bill right here is the equivalent of about 30 cents in Turkey. And this is the thing, guys. If you let go and lose some of that fear of what the American propaganda will tell you about a lot of these countries, you can enjoy a vacation very comfortably with like $1,000, even $500 to these countries where you have a favorable exchange rate, right? So anyway, I'm done with the money. I just kind of wanted to show you guys since it was right next to me. Melissa says, I love the mini. I know, so do I, so I can't wait to review it. Miss History Buff, I am a mini fan, but I'm not getting the 7. I just bought the 6 last year. Oh, okay. So, see, I got my mini, Miss History Buff, when it first came out. So, I've had mine for a while, and I'm ready for a different color and just slightly better specs. Miss History Buff, I always travel with Ultra Ocean Bands. Cool choice, Gareth. Miss History Buff, I just bought an iPhone 16 Plus and gave my 14 Plus to my husband. Traded in his SE2. Oh man, the good old SE. Every time I sell it at work, it's either for a child, like you know, a parent that wants to introduce their 9-10-year-old to like having a smartphone or whatnot, or it's either the elderly. And my elderly folks, they love their SE, and it's mainly because of the button. So I don't blame them. Hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? But sadly, the SE2 or the SE3 rather should be axed pretty soon. So. Home buttons on iPhones are just going to be a thing of the past, sadly, is what it is. King Sakar says, bro, you're the best. Don't worry about what others think about your stories. People are jealous. Screw them. Yes, King Sakar. And that's just what I observe, right? Like, obviously, I don't let it affect me, but it is true. A lot of people are envious. A lot of people, they see someone having fun and they just kind of scoff. Because let me tell you guys, right? I'm someone who's very much about analytics, right? And I like numbers. I just like to analyze numbers, whatever it may be, stocks, you know, performance at sales, you know what I mean, or viewers and stuff like that. Because as you guys know, with YouTube, with Snapchat, with Instagram, you're able to get detailed analytics of like how often your stuff is being viewed, how many replays, all this and that. It's fascinating because, yeah, like, again, the only reason that I post all these stories is for my followers to see a glimpse of a different part of the world, right? Because, again, a lot of Americans are just not well traveled. Majority of Americans will spend their entire life within the country and never go out and explore this beautiful place we call Earth, right? It's interesting because initially, like on my Instagram, I would have like 1.4K viewers, 1.3K viewers. And again, what I want to reiterate is I'm not upset. Like, it's not that I'm like crying about views. I personally don't care, right? It's just interesting how as time went on my vacation, those views, I don't know if it's because of the algos or if people were just like, you know what? Dude has been posting in South America for 5 days now. I don't care, right? And see, to those people, I would say just open up your heart a little. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're not going to watch every single story. Duh, right? Everyone has a busy life. But I'm just saying, like, it's just interesting, those observations that you make. So, King Sakar, no, yeah, I appreciate you, man. If anything, I hope everyone who did follow me was able to see a little bit of my trip. Obviously, I couldn't broadcast everything out there, you know what I mean? But I hope I gave you guys a decent look and feel of what South America was like, man. That Slipknot show that I went to in Buenos Aires, dude, that was basically the whole reason for my trip. It was really nice. Komeo Mandan, hey bro, how are you? Hey Komeo, I'm doing great, man. I just came back from my trip in South America. Now I can reveal a little bit more details about it now that I'm home safe and sound. But yeah, visited Colombia, Argentina, and Uruguay in South America. First time that I went by myself. It was really nice, gorgeous experience. I'm so glad that I was able to live that experience. Tech for your needs. This is why if I travel, it has to be during the day. Safety is important when you travel. So tech for your needs. Yes, that's the thing. So a lot of my friends were like, man, like, I didn't see you wilding out, all this and that. It's just like, yes, because I'm 29. I'm not young and dumb anymore. Like, I value my life. And I know that there's a lot of people back home that would be worried and very concerned if I all of a sudden went MIA. Did I go to some bars? Absolutely. But was I out there at like 11 midnight, 1 a.m.? Like, no, because obviously people are going to notice that you're not from there, again, especially because of my accent, or at least what my accent is perceived as down there. Figure out that you're American, you must have some dollars on you. Now they're going to try to get you drunk. Now, all of a sudden, especially as a young man, you know, some women could come up, try to flirt with you or whatnot, right? Thankfully, I mean, I was just always very aware. I was in and out of places. I didn't like to stay at one place for too long. But a lot of guys could very much be, again, extorted out of their money simply because, oh, look, here's some girl coming up to me at the bar. Like, let me talk to her, right? She seems like she's into me. Matter of fact, she's friends with the bartender and they're handing me drinks. This is wonderful. You get drunk. Before you know it, you get pickpocketed or you get extorted out of some money, and now you're effed, right? So again, safety very much was my number one concern when I was traveling. And I agree, tech for your needs, because when it started to get dark, that was my sign, bro. You better hop in an Uber and get to the hotel because you're out here by yourself, and realistically, anything can happen, right? This is also South America. Certain parts of, I mean, there's dangerous parts everywhere. But South America also, certain parts are just very dangerous. And so being by myself, it was just like, nope, this is getting dark. We got to go home. We got to go. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, if I had like a buddy or my brother, if I traveled, then maybe we'd be out a little longer, a little later. But no, you're absolutely right. If you're traveling, especially if it's just like one, if you're by yourself or like if it's just two of y'all, as soon as it gets dark, you need to start making plans to get back home. Comel says, would you get the Apple Watch Ultra 2 in black or would you get a Series 10 in your opinion? Which watch is better and what would you go with if you had to choose? Comel, you had to ask the question of which is better. So the thing is that, I mean, the Apple Watch Ultra and the Series 10, they serve a similar function. They more or less have all the same features. Now, of course, the Ultra is just more rugged. It's bigger. It's a little clunkier, some people would say. But the battery life on this is tremendous. I mean, this easily lasts me 3 days. It's sometimes I can get, oh, wait, Robinhood notification. What is this? Oh, Dogecoin is down now. 5%. Did some people get rugged or is this just a liquid? Oh, it barely, no. It's tripping. It's because it ran up all the way 30% and now it's down to 24%. But still, Dogecoin is at 28. I hate these notifications at times. They're so, like, misleading. Tesla still continuing to tear even in pre-market. Jesus. This is insane. Sorry, squirrel brain. I got a little sidetracked there. What was I saying? Oh, comparing those two. I have both. You know what I mean? The Series 10 is a lot cleaner. It's thinner. But the battery life on it is only going to last you about a day and a quarter, realistically, right? It's not going to last you 2 days. But it's lighter. It's a little, slimmer. It just depends, really. I mean, do you want something that's kind of relatively big and bulky, or do you want something a little slimmer, right? Plus, this does have some extra features like the SOS siren, and there's a few other things like the action button that the regular Series 10 doesn't have. If I had to make a recommendation, the thing is that the Ultra is $800. My recommendation is typically for most people, Series 10 is probably the way to go, especially if you get it hooked up to a cell phone line, right? So if you go to your, I don't know, AT&T, here in the States, it's AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, whoever it may be. If you hook it up with a line, then your Apple Watch just becomes this whole different gadget that is very, very useful. For most people, I would say Series 10, simply because you can get the jet black one, the pink one, or the silver one for as low as like $350 or something like that. Anyway, $300 to $400 versus $800 for the Ultra. Although I would say if you prioritize fitness and a good battery and not having to charge your shit just every cuss word just slipped, sorry. But if you don't want to cuss let me try again. Words are getting hard. If you don't want to charge your Apple Watch every single night, then definitely get the Ultra. So that would be my recommendation right there. Rahit, hi Juan, hope you are doing good. Rahit, it's been a while since I've seen you, man. Nice to see you here on stream. We've made it to 30 likes. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, I'm surprised, especially how the algos sometimes just punish you because of inactivity. But again, I was literally in a different continent, and so that was my vacation. So just having these, regular uploads again and these live streams a little more often, I'm sure that we're going to get some more viewers here soon. Check for your needs. How many countries did you visit? So 3 on this trip. I'm typically someone, I'm just not content with hitting one country. Like, I'm going to want to bounce around and like truly experience different cultures. Like, man, going from Colombia to Uruguay, very vastly different vibes. B Dazzler, glad you made it back safely. I went with the Series 10 in natural titanium because the Ultra didn't get upgraded and I don't want the black. Nice. The natural titanium on the Series 10 looks very clean. By the way, my titanium gold should be arriving from AT&T soon. I don't know why it's been on back order for so long, but I got it as part of a BOGO promotion, so I didn't really want to cancel it because I know how AT&T be. If I canceled that and like reordered it or got a different model, then I was more than likely going to lose the promotion, and then I have to go and be on hold on customer support for like 45 minutes to get it fixed. Yuck. No, I'd rather just wait. But yeah, Rahit, Tesla going crazy. Nice W breakout. Yo, man, the thing is I have a few shares of Tesla. I had a call on them, but I decided to divert that into some Meta shares. So I have, again, about 13 shares in Meta, but we shall see. I mean, the market's going to go all over the place. Triple Qs has also hit all-time highs. So from here, the sky's the limit. It seems like the bull run is in full effect right now. IWM as well, the Russell 2000 hitting brand new, or it's about to hit brand new all-time highs. IWM, the Russell 2000, holds the 2,000 biggest medium and small cap companies here in the United States. So the IWM theoretically could give you bigger returns over the long run because these are medium to small cap companies that the hope is that they end up becoming these gigalith companies. Just imagine when Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Tesla, Netflix, when all of these were considered medium to small stocks. Like if you bet on them at that time, woo, you're probably sitting on several thousands of dollars, if not millions. So that's all I'm going to say. Comel, I'm feeling the Hermes model. Man, you're telling me the Hermes models are so nice. And then Bedazzler says, I would love the extended battery life, but I love how thin the Series 10 is. The natural titanium with the stainless steel link band, and it's so classy. Yes, it is. You can never go wrong with that natural titanium looking so shiny and lustrous with that Milanese band, or even better, the link bracelet. So anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this live stream here. We've been streaming for 40 minutes. Thank you guys for welcoming me back with so much sincerity. Wait, I have someone that, Sean right here. Or wait, hold on. Let me not skip. Melissa says, is the black titanium ultra band for $200 worth it? I would say so. I have it. Where is it? It's right here. I think you're talking about this one, this $200 ultra band. Yes, I would definitely say that it's very worth it. It just gives the Ultra that extra classy appeal that we've always been asking for. Because before, let's just say you were trying to dress this up with like a suit and tie. Alpine Loop, probably not. Trail Loop, definitely no. And then the Ocean Band, no. Like it wasn't a watch that I would necessarily say you could like pair with like for like a friend's wedding or whatnot. But now, with the release of this band, the Milanese band on it, very much worth it. And trust me, for anyone who has purchased the Milanese band before from Apple, you know the excellent craftsmanship that comes behind these bands. I would definitely recommend it. Yes, small mid caps are good. High risk, high returns. Rahit, you're absolutely right. Sean says, do you have the 24-inch iMac? I have the M1, but can't decide if I should get the M4. I love the new camera on it. M4. So yes, this stuff came out while I was over in South America. So these things are definitely on the schedule to review. The iMac, I know a lot of people are going to be asking a lot of questions for it, especially coming up into the holiday season. To be completely honest with you, I think that one's going to be more of a November 20th to the end of November kind of review. My plan is to get it out before Black Friday. I do also want to review the new PS4 Pro. I'm sorry. Did I just say PS4? Where am I? The new PS5. Oh my God. I wanted to get the 30th anniversary edition, but I didn't get it, sadly. The bots beat me to it. So Sean, yes, be on the lookout for that one. Tech for your needs. Have the Apple Watch Ultra first generation. The battery health is 100%. Nice. It's still at 100%. That's really good. And then Rahit says, welcome back. Excited for new videos. Thank you so much, Rahit. So guys, yes, I'm going to leave it right here. Lots of videos coming up. So band reviews. Oh, and then another thing. So I decided, right, we have that band giveaway, but I made the ultimate decision 2 hours before this live stream. I'm pushing it back just a little bit. It was supposed to happen this live stream, but I'm going to push it back simply because I still need to do the sport bands, the solo loops, the link bracelet, and the Milanese titanium bands. I believe those are all the ones that I have left to do. So it's only 4, and realistically, once I have all that ordered, I can knock those videos out almost back to back to back to back. So I'm going to extend the giveaway just a little longer. Again, that way those 4 videos can have potential winners. So guys, whenever I release my next video, which is more than likely going to be the sport bands, stay tuned because then that's where I will tell you guys when the announcement for the giveaway will be announced. So again, it has been postponed for now. I did not forget about it. It is being postponed because I still have 4 other band reviews. So stay tuned, please. That next sport band review will tell you everything that you need to know. But until then, guys, I'm clocking out for now, trying to catch up on some sleep. It's a beautiful start to the week already. Make it happen. Manifest for a good week, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, like I said, I'm clocking out for now, but I can't wait to catch you on the next one. Thanks for everyone who joined, and thank you for the welcome back. Man, I appreciate it. You guys are absolutely amazing.